Hello all, it's Ellie and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. As we are all fully aware, the date that I am uploading this is October the 1st, meaning we are in full spooky season with Halloween being at the end of the month. So on my channel I've decided to do another 31 days of Halloween. Last year it kind of messed up because my whole laptop and everything, my software for editing just completely busted in, but this month that is not the plan. I'm going to be doing 31 days of Halloween. This means 31 videos this month. A new video every single day, which will be crime related, spooky related, horror related, ghost related, anything to do with creepiness or Halloween or crime. It will be on my channel. So today's case, we will be doing a crime case, and this case is the disappearance of Patricia, Spencer and Pamela Hobley. So like I just said, I am a huge lover and fan of Halloween. However, there's a scarily big spike of crime that happens around this time, and especially on Halloween, and today's case is one that did happen on Halloween. Just a disclaimer before we actually get into this video, in no way do I mean any harm or offence to anyone involved in this case or affected by this case. As you know, I just love crime and horror and I like to put them up here on YouTube. If you are affected in any way by any of the topics I talk about today, be sure to look in the description box because I will have helplines and resources in there. Even though I am doing a countdown to Halloween, just yet an extra, no disrespect, but yes, so just like many teenagers when it comes to Halloween, you get dressed up and you probably attend a Halloween party with friends, and either you just then recall all the memories of what happened the night before the next day. But what if the next day never came round? This sadly happened to two teenagers from Michigan. This happened just over 50 years ago, and still to this day it remains an unsolved case. Like I mentioned, this video is the disappearance of Patricia, Spencer and Pamela Hobley. I'm going to be giving a little background into both girls separately before I talk about their case intertwining with one another. So Patricia Ann Spencer, who was known by her friends and family as Patty, was 16 years old when she went missing. She was born on January the 10th, 1953. She was around 5'3" to 5'4". She had blue eyes and she had hair that was a blondish brownish colour. She also wore glasses, but it is a known fact that on October the 31st she was not wearing those. She was last seen wearing a brown jumper with a matching skirt and a pair of high-heeled shoes, a jacket with a greyish greenish plaid design and a peace sign necklace. She was noted as being really close to her family and her good friends. Now, Pamela Sue Hobley was most known to friends as Pam. She was 15 years old when she went missing. She was born on May the 24th, 1954. She had brown hair with brown eyes. She was between 5'6" and 5'8". She was last known wearing a white fur coat with brown edging, as well as a plaid skirt and a shirt with high-heeled shoes, and also wore white socks with this outfit. She had a distinct marking on her face, and it was a scar near her nose and another one near her mouth. It is known that Pam may have been involved in activities that her parents didn't approve of, such as alcohol and drugs. It is unknown if Patty also experimented with similar substances, though just prior to her disappearance she had actually got engaged. Her boyfriend was completely cleared of any involvement in this case. Both girls were really close to their friends and their families, so when they disappeared, this was considered really strange and out of character. Now, if we just start the day off of their disappearance, on October the 31st, 1969, both girls had similar plans for the day. It was a school day, so after they both attended school, they would then attend their homecoming football game at the high school that they would both went to, and then just after that they would go to a Halloween party that they were invited to. I would also like to add that Patricia and Pamela weren't close friends. They were aware of each other and they were friendly and civil with one another, apart from them attending the same high school, they weren't really friends. When it actually came to them going to school, both of them were actually marked truant because they didn't attend, as well as there was a bomb threat on their school the same day. Even though this threat excused so many students, both girls were witnessed walking together away from the school. Pam had said how she was going to be home immediately after the Halloween party, but as the rest of her family went out trick-or-treating and had now returned home, there was still no sign of Pam, and this instantly raised concern. Her fiance also stopped by her house that evening to see where Pam was, because she actually failed to attend the party and he was wondering where she was at. This was when Pam's mother started to make some phone calls to see if anyone had heard from her. It was while her mother was making these phone calls that she was informed that Patricia also hadn't made it to the party, hadn't attended school, and was also missing. Although early in this investigation, law enforcement believed that the two of them had actually run away with intent to go to Flint, Michigan, the family and friends were strongly against this statement, as the girls had left with no extra clothes, their purses, or any form of identification. Another witness came forward saying that he picked up both the girls and he took them from River Road and took them to downtown Oscoda, to a gas station at River Road, Interstate 23. The chief of police stated that there is other information indicating both girls were in downtown Oscoda that day. The individual that had picked up the pair was cleared of being a possible suspect, as the police had no reason to find him suspicious, and they were confident that he had no involvement. In 1985, police were told that the girls had been murdered by two men that lived in the area and that they were buried near a barn. Also, I must note that this was a barn that was popular to local teenagers, and a load of them had parties there. And it wasn't until decades later that the local chief of police directed that there actually be an investigation to search this area with the help of cadaver dogs, but there was no detectable evidence that human remains were at the scene. It is unknown if the man who owned the property at the time was considered a person of interest. They even looked into the possibility of this crime being at the hands of the Oakland County child killer, due to similar age and similar killing activity that was going on in the area at this time. But I have actually already done a video on this killer, so if you want to know what happened with that, and maybe if you think both of the cases have certain links in them, I will leave that linked below, so go check that out. In recent efforts, the DNA and dental records were both obtained from both girls and were actually used to compare against unidentified descendants files. In 2010, a new detective was assigned this cold case and witness interviews proceeded. In 2013, the police stated that they had a person of interest in this case, although no further information has been released. I don't know, I find this one a bit strange in the sense of they weren't really friends. They were friendly, but they weren't really friends, but they had gone off together. They were seen leaving together, but the person that picked them up, I think maybe should be questioned a little more. I think it's just really sad that this many years on, there has still been no answers. Although DNA, technology and science gets better, will we ever actually find answers? I think maybe if they were to look into the theory of the guy that dropped them off, had picked them up, I think look into him a bit closer, because it's just a bit dodgy. That kind of wraps up this small case. If I find out more information, because I will, with a lot of my cases I do reread on them, see if there has been an update in the case. But if there is an update in this one, I will most definitely make a second video. But that's kind of, in a quick, boom, 10-minute video, that is the case. I don't know, I think it's really sad that although DNA gets better, there's still no history of it. So there's kind of a good side to it, in the sense of if there are no Jane Doe bodies to compare their DNA and dental records to, they haven't definitely passed away. But it also shows that these girls may have had a fatal end, but their bodies just have never been recovered. I think the barn where the teenagers go, that also just seems a bit dodgy. But I don't know, yeah, that pretty much wraps up this case. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Remember that I am posting a new video every single day of October. Let me know your theories or any more little information you have on this case in the comments below if you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay spooky. Peace.